I'm gonna need some water for this one. They say this is a big rich town. Yeah, I just come from the poorest parts. Power, power, power. Book 2, Ghost, huh? Huh? So we came back. We're back now. We're back now. The mid-season break is over and we are back in the full effect of things, huh? So episode 106 or 6 in the season has just aired and we gonna talk about it here on K-Ray TV. All right? So without further ado, let's get into this thing. Let's go. What up? It's your boy K-Ray06 here on K-Ray TV, and we just watched Power Book 2 Ghost, episode 106, Good versus Evil. Now, I noticed, I peeped this thing because I watch a lot of shows. I also write material and I read. So I pick up little things, and it seems like on this season, the title drives the episode is always a core theme to it. So with the title being Good and Evil, we're presented with that throughout the entire episode. All right. Bear with me. I'm going to get into that. I'm going to frame it up. I'm going to do it justice. All right. So we start off episode 106 with Saxe and Davis meeting up in the room to discuss how they're going to flip this whole situation from getting Tasha out of jail to putting Tyreek in jail. Because they left off when they made a deal saying that, we're going to arrest Tyreek, and they're picking up right back where they started. I feel like it's going to flip. I feel like it's not going to go that way. I think they both might receive some collateral damage at the end of it all. That's just seeing like how the show is written. Like, you're not going to do that, especially on the first season. I mean, that'll be bold. I would like it if they did something like that because it'll shock me. It'll be like, you're not going to do that. You're not going to write that. You're going to make it some way where Tyreek is going to win when he shouldn't. But, I digress. I am still trying to get used to Method Man's voice for his character Davis. Like that old, like, it feel like it's like he talk with his lips tight, like this. Yeah. Hey, you just mad because they don't look good on you. Like that's how you talk. It's so weird to me. Like, I wonder why they chose that. Like, I wonder why that was the one that was like, that's it. That's Davis. Like, it's just weird. It throws me off every time he's on camera. But that's just me. Some people might be like, you tripping. I like it. But nah, not me. Jumping to the next scene. It's showing Tyreek in class. And this is first time actually getting there early. So the students are actually surprised. Like, dang, Reek, you here early? Dang, what you doing here early or whatnot? And this is where we get the framework from the episode titled Good and Evil. Because a teacher asked, I think it's Brishandra or something like that, a question saying Locke believes that people are fundamentally just, right? And Brishandra goes in to say that, nah, she don't believe that if he would take one trip to the hood, he'll notice that people they're pretty selfish. They're all about self. And it was this other girl in the classroom. I don't remember her name from the episode, but they use these type of characters in writing to do a few things, either to push the narrative forward or do story development or character development. And you had this chick, and she was basically trying to say like people are inherently like good, saying like society. Like, I think she talked about the Batman movie, the Dark Knight movie, where you had the boats, the two boats, and they were supposed to like shoot each other, and they didn't. And she was saying like, people choose good. They choose good, and like it's laws and everything, and even babies choose good. And Brishana quickly said that, that's a movie, and said she was capping. And Lauren also said she was capping, saying like, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. Life is not good. People are selfish. And then the teacher asked Reek, how did he feel about it? And then she was like, you know what? I'm going to ask the class on a personal level, like, where do you fall in between that? Are you good or evil? Are you just? And of course, Reek didn't answer the question. I feel like that question is gonna be the stream that's gonna course through the entire season or the remainder of the season. Like, where does Tyreek fall at? Is he walking the line, or is he good? Is he evil? Is he selfish? Like, where does he fall at? And I think they're gonna show that unroll or unpackage as the seasons go on. I did notice something though in that part when Lauren was like, Cap, and then she was like, and then she like brought it back and was like, basically I disagree or I agree with Brishandra. I feel like Lauren, I like Lauren's character. I like Lauren. I feel like she's just playing a role. I feel like she is naturally smart and whatnot, but I feel like she had more layers underneath. Like, she don't want to play this old prissy, dressed up, straight A type of student. She want to let her hair down and just flow every now and then. So I'm hoping they show that more, because later when Tariq went to her room again, she even asked him the question like, "I noticed you didn't answer the question from the teacher. So what is it? Where do you fall at? Which line do you fall?" And again, they didn't answer it there. But I want to see like where she falls actually. I'm hoping that she's written into a character that actually rolls with Reek. I want her to be down. I want to run down. Like, I want her to be down for the cause and not be a a potential Angela. I don't want it to be another Angela Ghost and Tommy story. This is supposed to be Tyreek's story. So I hope they go into a different writer's direction with the characters. Also, theme song. I mean, I love the Power theme song. You know, there's a big rich town. But I feel like since Tyreek, this is book 2, I feel like this would have been the perfect time to throw the Trey Songz version on there. Because it's the same show, but different show. Like, this is Tyreek's story. So give Tyreek a different song. You ain't Ghost. You ain't Tommy. Give him a different song, man. Give him a different song. So we go through a few scenes where like they're in the courtroom with Davis and Saxe, and now they're talking to the judge, and she's basically letting them know like, "Hey, I seen y'all pre-trial. Like, don't be acting all crazy up here. We need to be cordial." And of course, you know, they're working together, so they're like, as long as he act right, he like, I can get through it. And then they go proceed to start picking all the jury. And it's funny because I feel like the judge was picking up what they was putting down, because like every other person who wasn't black for the most part, they found some reason to cut them, or they wasn't like Latino or something like that, or biracial. They cut everybody else. They're trying to set up the jury so that it'll be easier for them to relate to Tasha and find some type of sympathy, because again, they're both working to get Tasha off because they know she wasn't the queen pin, and get Tyreek put in jail. And it leads to good old 2-Bit, y'all. Good old 2-Bit. I know y'all ain't forgot about 2-Bit. Francis Johnson. They brought him back for this because he is the last person there outside of like Tasha and Tyreek and whatnot that knows like the in and outs of what went down pretty much in the business. So Saxe, of course, is going to try to flip him. But to no avail. He like, hell no, nah, I'm not snitching. I ain't doing jack. Like, I've been reading up in here. I know my amendments. Like, I'm good. I don't care what you offer me. I ain't doing it. And then you got Davis on the flip side. He like, bruh, I'm the Black Santa Claus. Trust me. So he brings in Blanca, right? And Blanca's pissed off because Saxe got her fired or suspended. So she want to get back at Saxe. So she like, yo, I will help you out. I will get you to walk free. I can get back at Saxe. It's a win-win. So 2-Bit like, yo, I ain't got to snitch. All I got to do is follow your script. I get Ghost. Saxe get got. We good. So he ends up hiring Davis as his lawyer. And they pretty much work up a plan to kind of curve Saxe. So I did like that. I did like that because Davis, he is dirty. He is straight dirty, y'all. Dirty. So he don't care how he get his dubs or who he got to cross. He just he gonna do it just to get the win, just to get the win. I feel like that's gonna bite him in his ass coming later on. But We shall see depending on how the writing goes. Pushing forward though, let's talk about Miss Monet. That lady kept popping around the corner yelling almost every episode, y'all. Like every episode she popping around the corner. What the heck y'all do? What the heck y'all do? Hey, I know y'all ain't talking. What y'all talking about? Like every freaking time. So you know she was gonna do a pop-up. They call her Queen Pop-Up. So she come popping up and she talking to her kids, basically saying like Drew and Diana need to come with me because she trying to groom them because apparently they too soft or they're good and she wants them to follow the rules because everybody been acting out doing their own thing. So now she takes them to a drug house, little drop off spot and whatnot, and she wants Diana to do the counting all the money, putting all the figures in, and Drew to do all the separating and everything with the product. She says, "Let me take your phone. Give me your phone." She takes her phone and then she does something. I was like, what? She takes the phone and she just sets it right here, like, and leaves it right there and tell them to do their job. I'm like, now, come on. Now, either this was a genius thing on Monet's part to be like, I'm going to see who follows rules, who can follow orders. I'm going to put the temptation right there in front of you. And if you can still listen and do your job, be good. Or it was just kind of poor writing to basically push the plot forward to get one character from A to B. Like it was either or. I'm hoping it wasn't. They did that to push the character forward and to show like character flaws because we all know what's gonna happen. Like soon as she left, the phone started vibrating and it was Ev, the guy that Drew slept with, that was like in the closet pretty much, and he didn't want no one to know that he was homosexual. So it started ringing. He like looking at the phone like, oh my gosh, like I just gotta go. Like I'm like, bro, come on. We already know how this gonna go. So sorry setup, sorry assist. Just carry on. So that scene, I was like, hurry up and get past it. I feel like it was wasted because what was the point of the scene? So anywho, I forgot a major part. When Monet was popping off at the house, she mentioned something about someone being sleeping around in someone's room. This caught Kane's attention, and he thought Diana was sleeping with Tariq, and she said she wasn't sleeping with Tariq, but Drew basically threw her under a bus and kind of like confirmed that she was, even though she didn't. And that set Kane on the dang war path because one, he ain't liking Tariq to begin with. He don't like the guy. He don't like him at all. So he was like, grabbed his pistol and was like, yo, I'm about to go see. And that set him on a crash course to good old Stanfield. Now, fast forwarding though, this part I actually did like because it showed Brayden. Now, Brayden is a character that I'm digging. I was liking him from when they showed him in Power. He's a party animal, but he's a people person. And he's not stupid. He's not stupid at all. So he's not like a Tommy where he was on the block and he hard. But he got some scrapples on him that they showed him. And he's smart. And like I said, he's a people person. So anywho, it shows him in a room and he knows that his product was taken. So he's been hitting up his brother, Trace. Trace comes in and basically confirms that he got his product. And he gave, because he wanted to show his boy some good time. And Brayden was like, yo, you got to run me the product or you got to run me the money. Brother thought it was a joke, started doing some brotherly fighting, talking about timber and taking him down and whatnot. And then, boy, here comes Kane.
That's gotta be Kane. That's gotta be Kane.
He walked up in there, wasn't playing no games. Like, yo. And then Trace tried to throw a little joke and be like, yo, this is family business, whatever ghetto nonsense you got with Tariq. And boy pulled out that yap yap. And was like, what's up? Shut him up real quick. And then Brayden tried to basically like de-escalate the situation. But he ended up calling him by his name. Like, yo, you must be Kane. And he like, yo, how do you know my name? And he like, Reek didn't mention me. Like, you know, we're in business together. We're partners. And I think that was smart and dumb. It was smart because he needed to say something because Tariq already warned him that Kane is the crazy one. He the shooter. So you don't want to say nothing in case he pop both of y'all. But then you also have to take that risk of saying his name. Now that's going to send him on an even war path because nobody should know who he is. Nobody should know who he is. You shouldn't have his name in another person's mouth. So because of that, he ended up taking them on a joyride where he took them to the hood, to the corner. He gave them some product, made Trace get out on one corner, and made Brayden get out on another corner. I love this scene. I love this scene because they were like polar opposite. Trace was over there shaking in his boots, just pussing boots while he was out there. And Brayden, he got out there, analyzed the situation, seen some people on the corner, called them the corner boys, and went into full people person. Like, spun him a story about losing his phone, his brother leaving him with no money, no wallet. And at first I'm watching this, I'm like, bro, you about to get jacked. Like, that's how I was thinking. I was like, they about to jack you, telling them you ain't got nothing on you. You got this bag that they probably know is going to be little, you about to get jacked. And nah, he just kept talking to him, trying to build rapport, So eventually they was willing to smoke with him, willing to puff pass. And as he puff pass it, Trace over there trying to get on the phone, trying to call people. Like, it just soft. S-O-F-T soft. I was like, bruh, it was funny. It was funny. Then you go back to Brayden. He basically like, I don't usually do this, setting it up, but zip, show him the product, was like, I can sell y'all this at a discount. And they like, let's make some calls. So he basically set up shop on the block, had everybody coming through, and he getting off the product real quick. He managed to sell it all, hop back in the whip with Kanan, and he said, I'm not scared of people. I'm a people person, but my brother isn't. So can we go get him? Think he kind of impressed Kane. So all right, let's go get him. They pull up on his brother, and you see like some primeras or people roll up on him. And I believe that's the same people from the previous episode. Think Kanan set him up to see, teach him a lesson as well, and to see if he blocked strong. He wasn't. Ended up getting beat up, cracked in the head with a bottle, stomped on, and then eventually, he let Brayden get out the car and actually go save his brother. But it was all planned. After that, he took him back. They end up getting pulled over by the same cop that's been sleeping with Monet. Pulled him over, made them go stand by his car, and was basically trying to have a one-on-one with Kanan, saying like, you off your leash, you reckless. Like, if I didn't like come over here, like, it could have been different. Like, they was getting many calls saying 2 white guys was selling on the block, and one of them got beat up. Like, like, you being reckless. This is bad for business. And Kanan's still feeling like, you work for me, so how you talking to me? Like, get the bass out your voice. The officer was like, bro, no, I work for your daddy. You work for your daddy. All is your daddy. Your mama work for your daddy. And what you doing out here is bad for business. You need to learn that. Anywho, the big scene is where Tariq went back to his place, and you see Riley up in there, Sax's niece, just snooping through the stuff. Like, I don't understand how Tariq ain't starting to like watch her. I'm like, she's been like questionable since she came, but yet you still not watching her. Like, this is the thing that gets me when it comes to Reek, because in the first few episodes, they increased Reek's street level to a level that it shouldn't have been at. He was over there telling Kane that his uncle was a snitch, like he know about that life. And and basically like analyzing stuff, setting up a whole conglomerate, a whole dang shop of how to move drugs when he doesn't have that street education. So I'm like, how you leveled up? You over there talking to the matriarch like you've been in the game this long. Like you have. So I don't understand where you can level up and analyze and see all this stuff, but you can't see a girl being a little funny style. That don't make sense. Like, stop trying to make him a smarter ghost. Tariq should be making constant mistakes right now because he didn't spend that much time in the field. So that be getting me. But yeah, Tariq in the room, and Riley's in there, and she's looking for Brayden. even though she said she was trying to write a note, but she was on Tyreek's side, and she didn't even call him because Reek told her, "Won't you call him?" She was like, "Oh yeah." And when she called him, the phone rang in the room. Tyreek ended up seeing the phone and seeing the chess pieces knocked over because they set up a plan like to communicate without writing stuff down. So he like, oh snap. So he already putting two together, and Riley don't want to leave until he get back. So they end up staying there. And then to pass time, they end up playing chess. And here again, Riley is like asking him all these little subliminal questions. And he's like giving a face as if you turn to wonder, but he ain't doing nothing. I'm like, Tyreek, oh my God. Like, because y'all put him up here and then y'all keep doing this, it's starting to get exhausting. Like, figure out what level y'all want him to be on and build from there. So I'm like, bro, you can't, she basically trying to squeeze you for information, but you can't see that. You can't see that at all. And speaking of Riley, what's up with her and her uncle? Her and Sax. They had a conversation before she went there, and he was telling her to stay away from Brandon. She was basically saying she's in love with Braden, not Brandon, Braden. And he like, you don't know what love is. But they got this weird dynamic, like they talking about real dolls. For those who don't know, it's a sex doll, real doll with your uncle. And then your mama was the one that bought it for him. Like, that is so weird. That's so weird. And then Sax don't care about nothing. You telling her that Tyreek is getting investigated in a criminal investigation. You tell your niece who was sleeping with his roommate, and you like, don't tell Braden. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, get it together. But I feel like they threw in that love part as a tidbit. A little drip in the bucket. Because I can feel like she going to switch on Sax if it comes in between Braden and Sax. Like, if she got to choose between it, I think she's going to choose Braden. I just hope that she's not a Holly in this situation. Like, I don't want to see another Holly and Tommy situation. Like, please don't. Stop trying to create parallels and just just write a new show. No parallels, write a new show. Because I can't. I do not want to see Holly version 2. Holly point 1 was too much. I don't want to see no Holly point 2. But anyway, she ends up playing chess. They end up playing chess together. And she's trying to steal Snoop. And then knock on the door comes from Diana. Reek answers the door and he goes outside and closes the door. She's like, yo, let's go inside and talk. He doesn't want to go inside and talk because Riley's in there. Of course, you know her because her last encounter with Reek was seeing her get curved for Lauren. So she's assuming that Lauren's in there. She questioned him about the product. He say don't tell her. She don't tell her mom. She says she gonna tell her mom, especially when she heard some noise come from the room where Riley's taking a picture of his phone and drops it because it vibrates. And she's like, oh, so you lying to me? And then they basically threw the theme back in your face here. Like, I thought you were different. I thought you were good on the outside and different on the inside, but you're just selfish. You're all about yourself. So I was like, bro, that's like just holding the thing like, hey, pick me. Like, we get it. I get it. We get it. And we get that's the theme of the episode. So she mad now because she think Lauren in there. So she like, you stick by your phone. Monet gonna be calling you. So she go home to go tell Monet. The Mr. Stash officer hit up the damn Monet and was like, yo, you need to get Kanan. He tripping. He wilding. Put him on a leash. She like, I can control him. He like, no, you can't. You're not a man. Let me off the leash. Let me get him. She like, no, you're not his daddy. So, no. And he like, all right, next time he get in trouble, then won't you call his daddy then. Call your husband. He bounced out of there. She called Kanan to come back. And then we get another pop-off moment when she's saying like, yo, you used to be my rock. You need to mind your business. Nobody told you to do this, etc., etc. He feels offended like, yo, we don't need Tyreek. Why you got Tyreek? You cutting off your other block, shutting down this for Tyreek. Like, he does not like Tyreek, and that's the big thorn in his side. She was like, long as you're under my roof, you're going to follow my rules. The other children come down. Diana tried to de-escalate the situation. Kane was like, yo, get off me. That's when Monet ran up to, like, calm me down. And he hit her with one of those. Like, yo, get out off me. and drops her. Bow! And she just laying on the phone looking raggedy. And then he noticed what he did, so he was like, try to like pick her up, and she slaps his hand, so he bounced. We jump back to Tasha. I forgot Tasha was in this episode, to be honest. Tasha, they was telling her about 2-Bit, and they asked him anything about Tyreek. And it seemed like Tasha so far in the episode was the only one that was like starting to pick up on things, because they starting to talk about 2-Bit, and she asked him like, yo, he possibly know Reek and all that. And they like, oh no, he ain't gonna bring that's irrelevant. And she like, yo, what? And then they like, when they put Reek on the stand, not Reek, when they put 2-Bit on the stand, and he like smoked Sax's boots, but basically like following following the orders from Blanca and Davis, you know, he got off smooth sailing. But he did name drop Reek. And Tasha's face, you just seen it, she was like, man, what the hell? And then Davis get up and he basically just start questioning him about Reek. I mean, he made her look good by saying like she don't know what Reek was doing, but they setting Reek up, and she looked like she actually like, yo, what's going on? She was questioning him in the beginning when she first called Tyreek in the beginning of the episode. And then you get her here like, what the heck is going on? And at the end of the episode 2, she called again questioning him. So it seemed like she's the only one. Reek is the one sitting in La La Land like, yo, just listen to him. Just listen to him. I'm like, bruh, come on, Reek. Come on, you supposed to be Ghost 2.0. Get it together. Get it together. I did not like that. Man, I did not like that. So anywho, Diana tried to blow up Reek's spot by going home and telling Monet about how Tyreek moves product and everything. And this what got me mad too, because they set up Monet as a person that knows how to control things, knows how to read a room. Earlier, she acted like she couldn't read the room she was in by setting the phones down. But then now, when she come back and tell her how the product worked, she put it together like this, like, oh, okay. So if someone snitched, they'll blow up their whole spot too. That's smart. Why you tell me for? You want me to stop it? Why you want me to stop it? Basically, you in your feelings. I ain't gonna stop that. Whatever y'all got going on is business from now on. Take care now. I'm like, well, so why can you? That's why I said the inconsistency of characters. Like, stop doing that. But finally, I want to get to the scene that I love. One of the scenes I love the most of this episode was when after Kane had bopped his mama, he went to go see his dad. And he was basically trying to plead to him, saying like, yo, like she tripping, she shutting down blocks, like you need to call her, you need to say something. And he was basically saying like, yo, like that's your mother, like you supposed to, your position is to stick by her. Don't say nothing, learn everything, so when it's your turn to run it, you know how to operate it. He was like, you remember, you my soldier. But he also said one of the lines that stuck with me the most. He said, out there, Monet is me. Basically saying like, whatever she say, that come from me. And he said, I know you ain't taking a swing on me. I was like, bruh, from that I already knew the writing was on the wall. Like, you disobey her, you disobeying me. You know how Roman Reigns in wrestling, he like, if they disrespect it, if they don't respect you, they don't respect me. And if they don't respect me, they don't respect my family. Like, that's like the same thing. Like, you don't respect her, you disrespected me. And that is an issue. So he let his son go. Soon they walked out, he gave a guard a look. They cut off the dang cameras, closed the door, and boop, boop, bap, 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 put them hands and feet all on him. I'm talking about it, rang him up to dry. And then as he on the ground, his blood all in his mouth, you see the dad walk back in. He was like, don't you ever put your hands on my wife again. I'm like, this is what you needed. That was written perfectly. That's going to send him a message that he can up his grades and his street knowledge, and that's going to put him back in line. Like, yo, you need to chill out. It's going to put him back in line. So that was actually my favorite scene of the show. overall, I think the episode was a pretty decent episode to go back. I just wanted to give you all a full recap on the first one. Next one, I probably won't go into every single scene, but I'll talk about the overall synopsis of the episode, my favorite parts, the parts I did not like and whatnot. But on the first one, I want to give y'all the whole picture. Anywho, I know this has been a long video, so let me know how y'all feel about tonight's episode, Good versus Evil. Hop in the comments below. If y'all want to see more recaps or reviews, then let me know in the comments as well. And we're going to end it here, all right? Till next time, y'all be out. Remember, show some love by hitting that sub. Peace.